Welcome back to Byte BSU. My name is Mathew Yapp. Joining me today is
Aidan Kearney.
And we are going to be talking about Destiny 2. Straight off the bat, Aidan, the most important question here is, did Destiny improve with its sequel?
Are you kidding? They actually finally put in a story now. And a functional story, because the last one was serviceable, but you're just running around to all sorts of different planets for no real reason knowing why, and you eventually just fight some black cosmic thing in the heart of like a garden.
I mean, that's not a story for you. I think it's pretty solid. So there were major improvements on the storyline. Your review said that it's about a 5-hour main storyline, and then there's a lot of side quests. A lot of people online are saying that they definitely prefer the side game to the main storyline. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. I'd say they both have their strengths and weaknesses. The main story has a lot of really awesome sequences in terms of like set pieces that you can interact with. There's even a lot of like vehicular combat sections that aren't in any of the other side quests as far as I've seen. But there are like a lot of really cool side quests out there that kind of do more with like the gameplay formula and even presenting choices where I didn't expect them.
Right. Now, you got some pretty neat weapons going, and it looks like you have quite a... You're welcome. And there's like a lot of like power-ups, things like that. Do you think that the game feels a little grindy? Because a lot of games like this do tend to rely a lot on grinding to get anywhere actually interesting in the game.
With most of the issues on like equipment and progression, thankfully, it's not nearly as bad as Destiny 1 was.
Yeah, because that one was rough.
Destiny 1 had a lot of issues, and a lot of the gear was completely randomized. You know, like, they just had random perks and stats. And they got rid of that in Destiny 2 now, so whenever a gear drops with, like, perks and stats, that's what it has.
Expanding on the extra content thing kind of here, we have footage of you exploring a lost sector and things like that. So aside from like the main places you go, it's a pretty immersive world, it seems like. How much would you say, with a game this massive, is it difficult to keep up with all the lore and everything happening?
Especially in Destiny 2 now, yes. What Bungie has actually recently done is, before all the lore was compiled into the Grimoire, that app has actually been removed and retooled. On the new app, the Grimoire doesn't exist anymore, so there's no way to read those old lore cards.
Right.
They're now just compiled on like third-party websites or something. And the way they've handled lore now here in Destiny 2 is like up in the top right icon, there's that glowing ghost symbol. That indicates that there's like a scannable item somewhere in the area, and those are hidden all throughout the world, be it in missions or in lost sectors or in just random caves you can find out, or in like a building, and those now give expository backstory.
One of the weaknesses for Destiny 1, at least in my opinion, was player interaction. How do you feel like that's changed in Destiny 2? Has it gotten better, worse?
The player just shares no dialogue at all with any of the other NPCs, and they even kind of try to like make a gag of it during one story mission where Cade 6 is like, come on, you gotta say something, just say something, and your guy like goes to say something, but then Ghost speaks for himself.
Say something! Fine, I'll say it. We got it, Cade.
At the very least, though, even without dialogue, your character is still the crux of the plot moving forward, and they kind of keep the momentum going throughout the story. In a game where your whole focus is like building your character and you have this kind of semi-RPG aspect, I don't know, it's a little weird.
All right, well, that's all the questions I have. To hear Aidan's full thoughts on Destiny 2, check out his review on bytebsu.com and The Daily. Thanks, everybody, for listening.